Welcome to Miss Dragon's Menagerie. Everyone is welcome, everyone is accepted. The only requirement is that you are loving, kind, and respectful to one another. Bad behavior will not be tolerated. Hello, everyone. I don't know who's here and whatnot. Greetings to the replay crew. There's some new things here. I was kind of caught off guard. Evidently, I can set up a new intro video and an outro video. We'll see how it goes. But as it says, as the title of this is, Pray for the Innocent. Because innocent, I think I added an S to the end. I'll fix it later. If you haven't heard by now, and I'm sure most of you have, unless you've just been completely cut off, Israel was attacked, it sounds like, by Iran. Listening to a press conference, 2 of our ships were involved. That doesn't give me a very good feeling, because now we are the target. We will be a target. And I just have the strangest feeling this is what has been the reason for Israel to have no holds bar against Iran. Is a lot of people are saying, is this the October surprise? I don't think so. Not on the 1st. I'd give it about a week and a half before we actually realize what our October surprise really is. I've been listening mostly to We Are Change. Pastor Paul's had some stuff up. Dabu's had some stuff up. And then talking with a friend. I don't know how many people have heard the chatter that Russia has been mapping our underwater cables, our technology, like our internet cables, phone cables, basically our technology cables we have in the oceans and the seas. And will that be the catalyst, or even the FF, the fancy footwork to be done to get everybody on board? So they can all be as happy as Lindsey Graham is right now. I'm pretty sure that one's got a bit of a, let's see, I don't have a stray piece right now. Oh, whatever these things are, may have one, have something that these things are made out of. Just chomping at the bit. The old warmongers just chomping at the bit so they can send our children over, so they can die for them. A blood sacrifice. Every president that we have had, every one of them, is a war criminal. They have war crimes. And when they pushed that idea of immunity, presidential immunity, everybody was like, well, this one can do this and this one can do that, and then they can't get in trouble. And the only thing it screamed in my brain was, great, these fuckers can't get charged for the crimes they committed against the innocent people. Hey, Sue, how are you? Are you finally getting to cool off? So finally getting a little bit cooler down there. This morning it was 38 degrees at 5 o'clock. My volunteer tomatoes, I don't think they're going to make it. I didn't even know they were out there, so They're tangled up in with volunteer tomatillos that came up, so I don't know if they'll make it through the winter or, through to at least give me 1 or 2 tomatoes. But yeah, as it's labeled, pray for the innocents because we're gonna see a lot of people, innocent people who didn't ask for this. Oof, too hot, too hot. Oh, the people who didn't ask for this, the people who didn't want that, which is a large majority, um, they're the ones that are gonna take the brunt of it. They're the ones who are gonna end up without any food, without any, uh, energy source, whether it be electrical, oil-based, whatever, you know? Wow. 104. I think 77 is our high today. Oh, yeah, I'm hoping staying a little bit warmer and cooler at night, our leaves will get to turn before they freeze right on the tree. But yeah, we have to keep those people in our prayers, positive thoughts, positive energies, etc., etc. Because they didn't ask for this. They didn't want it. They still don't want it. I mean, yeah, there's a slight few who do, especially those who get, their shareholders in certain companies. They want it, but not the mothers and fathers who send their children off to die. Now, from what I've heard, this was on Tim IRL. Was it Tennessee's National Guard is being shipped to the Middle East? I'm sure these kids who signed up for the National Guard were thinking, okay, I'm going to stay here in America. I'm going to help out on hurricanes. I'm going to help out on some natural disasters, maybe some crowd control somewhere, not be shipped overseas. And I don't know if our numbers are still down for recruitment, if that's why it's being done. People figured out that, I don't want to give my life over so some banker can make some extra money. You're not? You're the only one so far that's commenting. So I've got a few people here, but you're the only one that seems, yeah. Let me look from my end. Yeah, you're the only one here commenting. I don't know. Is anybody else out here watching? I mean, I can see they're watching, but they're just not saying a whole lot. Yeah. So, okay. Hey, Match. Okay, so comments are working. Yeah. Yeah. Made sure I didn't have it set. I'm still trying to figure out. Now I'm on dark mode with this, which is way easier on the eyeballs. Um, but yeah, just today's news has got me on edge a little bit. I mean, my kids are past the draft age, thank goodness, but their careers does not keep them out of the loop though. One's a aerospace machinist, precision machinist, and the other's an IT for a city unit, so for government basically. So yeah, it's just not having a good feeling about today. I hope it just kind of dies down and we go on our way. And then on top of that, we have oh, the union strike for the dock workers. Is that what went on strike? I think that's what it was. I glanced just somewhere this morning, because they say it's a union strike, it's for more money, for more something, and someone reminded people who owns a lot of our docks, who owns a lot of the docks we have here that do our shipments, our freight, our um hey Brazzy. Um uh it's not the US that owns a lot of our docks, our ports. Nope. So Yeah, yeah, it is really, really scary. Um, I tell I tell the 13-year-old, you know, uh, don't get too good at playing some of these online games because they will recruit people because they can sit behind a desk and screen and run something that they don't even realize what was really being done with it. I also tell them, watch how you interact with either other people you're playing against or NPCs or whatever, because that's also being watched. Uh, if you're a complete asshole, that will be noted. Um, uh, so yeah, even Bunny Penny, they're probably just talking about the same thing we are. Now back on the West Coast, we'll see if we end up with strikes. I know a lot of our stuff travels from west to east, but there's still a lot of things, fruit, bananas, um, meats from South America that come up on the east side and hi. Oh, it's embarrassing. Oh, there's my cat. Let's distract everybody now. Um, so if there's any of you folks who live on the East Coast and anything you've been wanting for a while and been putting it off, I'd go get it while you can because if our dock workers on strike, prices are going to go up. With what happened already in the Middle East, price for oil has gone up, thus gas is going to go up. So if you got some gas cans you can fill up and store away for your generators or whatnot, I'd do it now. Um, yeah, the 8-year-old is about the only thing she plays is Minecraft and a little bit of Fortnite. Yeah. Hey, Charlie, how are you? But yeah, if there's anything you want to get a hold of before they s- we start seeing shortages in the store of things you really want or really need, I'd get them. I'm looking into ham radios, handheld ham radios. My oldest has got one, but my youngest needs one, and need one. I want a countertop ham radio, but I just don't have the. I don't want to get up on the. We have such high winds to get up on the roof to put up a huge antenna to have it blown over by the wind every time we have a windstorm. I'll just stick to a handheld. Not to mention it's portable. So mhm. I'm gonna start downloading stuff and printing it out on how to in case we do get the lines cut, the communication lines cut, and we won't have access to each other to anything to save our ass. You know, I've been buying books, but I've got a huge box I bought 2 years ago. A deal on a bunch of toner cartridges for my printer. It's just a black and white printer, which is fine. I just print thousands of pages out on that instead of having a book. Um, I need to get a book. It's a little bit better on water purification. Mm. The 8-year-old can now make fire 8 different ways thanks to Canadian Prepper. I need her now to learn how to filter water. Either in snow, melt snow, filter snow. Well, you can't filter snow. You still have to melt snow, turn it into water because if you eat snow, it dehydrates you. So eating snow is not a good idea. I mean, it's fun, and don't eat yellow snow. But yeah, today was for that. Usually, I spend it on listening to music on here on YouTube. Well, today I spend it listening to Pastor Paul, We Are Change, Canadian Prepper. It's been my morning. Plus, moving that was a disaster yesterday. I had brought up 2 towers from the basement that haven't been turned on in years. They still turn on. Windows XP, Windows 7, to find out that neither one of those have the encryption or the security needed for the Garmin website to update our Garmin GPS. So I had to truck those all downstairs, um, get them back to where they were, climb back upstairs. Good Lord. Trying to get this done. The last thing I took was the monitor and a whole bunch of cords down, and I came running upstairs and fatty bumble out of here after eating a can of clam chowder. Did not move very fast. My poor breathing was very limited. It's like, wow, your ass needs to get into shape. Especially if I got to fight what I got to fight. And again, I called my doctor, left a message with the nurse, haven't heard anything back on having her have doctor put in my referral for surgical in Swedish. So, but I'm hoping within a couple days I'll have my monitor results back. It'll show up on my chart. Yeah. And they're back to apples again today. Yeah, I was thinking, I'll get a new fire pit. I'll get a new fire pit. Today happened, and I'm like, no, I'm going to get shortwave radios. So all the kids have one. As a form of communication. Yeah, it is. What is it? 111 squats today on my Ring Fit. And then I think I only ran like a mile. I've been thinking of getting a little trampoline, small ones, little tiny ones, like we all had in the 80s that every parent had to be fitness, guru on. There's some now that come with a side handle, which I think I will get. Because on a subreddit for Ring Fit, someone said a really good workout for your legs is to run on one of those. I got enough room on each side that if I fall off, I ain't gonna hit anything in my living room. So, and not to mention the 3-year-old can play on it instead of try to jump on her cot like a trampoline. Boy, was she mad Sunday. Okay, we went to the mountains like she likes to go, but we didn't go to Get Air, which is a big trampoline park. Oh, she wanted to go to that, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so tired. And then she was mad. And we're like, Daddy's got to work tonight. Mama's got to work tomorrow. We'll get a time to go to there. That lip stuck out any further, the bird could have came along and pooped on it. Man, she was just pouting to no end, and then about 5 minutes later, turned around, she's asleep. So, yeah. I think if sweet, Sue, that is awesome. I'm pondering on Planet Fitness because I can bring a guest, the gold plan, which is $20 a month, which is a hell of a lot cheaper than the Y. I don't need to shower there. I prefer to shower at home. I can bring a guest. I get used to the tables. The big thing is the tanning beds. I can use those instead of paying what I would pay a year's worth of Planet Fitness for just tanning visits. And then I'm allowed, I think, one guest, and they don't even have to be with me to go. So sign hubby up for that. He could stop by after work, get a little bit of exercise in, and come home. I mean, we were really big with the Y when the kids were little. We did a lot of stuff with that, and I walked for. Hey! Oh, yeah, I bet. Good lord, because 'cause you're not only do you have to, you got the walking, but you also have to walk against the wind, and all this is kept tight while you're doing it. Yeah. Wind seems to be the thing that takes out our power here the most. Coaching soccer years back, we had a little skinny girl, skinny little 7th grader. We had a big enough wind gust, I watched it knock her down. Next thing you know, she's standing there and there came up the wind and then she's on the floor and I'm like, and I watched her. I'm like, had nobody, if you just saw it without knowing how windy it was, you would have thought something came along invisible and just pushed her. Well, technically it is, it's wind, but yeah, she's picking herself up off the ground. Mm. Oh, good God. I forgot I still had myself going. I'm turning YouTube off. You'd see my hands move out of the corner of my eye. I have ran in place 495 miles on my Ring Fit. I've seen those. Yeah, I think that's the one without the fancy tables and everything. The $10 a month. I use tanning not to get dark or tan, but just step outside in the summer. Um, it helps clear up my back. I've always had still ever so lightly have acne problems with my back, and so that's what clears it up. Anything else, medication, Stridex, you name it, doesn't seem to do it. Just like that extra heat and that sun, that ever so light sunburn does a great job. I know a lot of people worry about sun cancer and whatnot, and I'm thinking to myself, how many Native Americans do you see with sun cancer, skin cancer? Not too many, I wouldn't think, because we're genetically predisposed to be out in the sun anyway. So, especially mine. My ancestors were from northern Mexico, southern California. So, yeah, we're used to being out in the sun. And then the other quarter% of my genetics is used to be in the cold in Norway. So, mhm. The Planet Fitness, that's the one thing that I'm rolling around because it's about 15 miles from me. So that's a 25-minute drive to and from. Yeah, God, even growing up when I was a kid, you walked everywhere, you rode your bike everywhere, you know. Oh, ouch. The 8-year-old's mother is like that. She gets a sunburn and doesn't tan. She just turns back to white. Yeah. I love to walk. Oh, there'll be times that I'll walk to the post office, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 blocks that way and 2 blocks east, and that's the post office. I'll bring one of those little plastic baskets you get at a grocery store that accidentally got brought home from the grocery store. Um, oh man, the 8-year-old's a redhead and she tans. I don't put sunscreen on her. Yeah. Uh, so it's really handy for, even though it has the name of the grocery store on the side, it's really handy for carrying all your mail and your packages home. So yeah, I used to tan so much. I was in the swimming pool growing up as a kid, just about every day. Of course, we'd walk to the pool, and let's see, my house is 1, 2, 3 blocks over 4 blocks down, or 1, and another 4 blocks another way to get to the, uh, pool. We'd walk that every day. My face would get so dark that parts of it would stop tanning. So I'd have lighter spotches and the rest would get really, really dark. Oh, that's awesome. I even especially with the angle of the sun change. I was outside in Hawaii laying out in 45 minutes and I was burnt to a crisp. I had the only thing I could sleep on or sleep with it is I couldn't even wear clothes. It was just a sheet. It's the only thing I could sleep in for the first night because it hurts. Oh God, that was terrible. I mean, yeah, I don't wear sunscreen. I don't wear sunglasses. I don't. I tried sunglasses hiking. It takes out the little piece right here. Your little, it's like your A pillar of your glasses. There's no sight right there, and so yeah, my ass has fallen several times. Yeah, yeah, I've seen that. Sorry, guys. I've seen that, but I never tried the spray tan. Oh, but good God, I remember the early. Do you remember the early self tanners about 20 years ago? Oh, there were some people that was never even. It was streaky. It was just like, oh, I'm sorry. You know, and I haven't burned in the woods, though I did burn out in the sagebrush. Oh, I was toasty for a day. I got my whole summer tan in one day in May. I cooked myself. Now I'll put sunscreen on these. I haven't been out much this year, but usually by the end of summer, these will have a halo because I use the zinc oxide so I can see where the sunscreen's going and where I've missed. So yeah. Look into Jimmy Dore did a thing on there's certain sunscreens you don't want to use because they are cancer causing. And I think it's 20% of the sunscreens. But he's got a video on that. Just type in Jimmy Dore sunscreen and you'll find it. Um, because all that stuff goes right through to goes through your pores into your blood vessels. It doesn't just stay at the top of your skin. Oh my God. Oh, I don't ever use sun in for your hair and then get into a chlorinated pool. Especially if you're a brunette like I was. I was it was orange. Not redheaded orange either. It was just didn't quite look right. Okay, well, basically, it's when you bleach dark hair, it comes out that kind of orange. Jimmy Dore. Let me see if I can find a link for that, and then I'll put it up here. Um, yeah, I did that. Didn't think I was getting much reaction to it, and then I was too busy waiting. We were at what they call a dance convention. Yeah, it was the 2-week dance camp at Eastern Washington University, and so we all went into the pool. My mother had to come in and count to 10 when she came to pick me up, and I don't know where that, I don't know where the picture is, but the group picture of me, I have that hair color. And it's yeah, I just everything every time I tried to dye my hair, lighten my hair, whatever, it automatically went red. Hold on, see, I got it just a second. Jimmy Dore, Dore. Yeah. Yeah, even if I did a darker color, I would have to use a shoot trapper, something that toned down the red because I carry the red-headed gene. So, oh yeah, just and I don't look. This skin does not look good with red. It just no. Um, it turns out I could pull off blonde. Could have done that, but just yeah, yeah. Except he's not on there anymore. Yeah, same one. Yep. Uh, he got he started speaking out a lot about different things because he went and got the oh yeah exactly when orange wasn't popular. He went out and got the boob boob and then he's permanently damaged from it now. So yeah. But yeah, it was oh my god, her face, that was hilarious. Yep. And then trying to get it back to my own color. Um, I think I kept having to use a medium ash blonde to tone down the redness. Surprised I'm surprised I still have hair with the abuse it took. Man, but yeah. Yeah, blonde was popular when we were younger. I always joke and say this. See this white hair? It's damn near clear. It pretty much lets air in really easy. Yeah. Oh yeah. It doesn't. For one, it's really hard in the hair. It turns your hair, it makes it feel like bubble gum. It's not good. I think it was for our 10th class reunion. Uh, we decided that hubby needed to go blonde because he was complaining because he wasn't the blonde head that he used to be in school. Well, so dyed his hair blonde, and I kept telling him, "Oh, hurricane! Oh, lovely. No, no, no. It's enough. You need to take it off. I don't see any results. We need to." I said, "It's rinse it out. Let's just no. Let's wait a while. I'm not seeing any results." Big Bird Yellow. It came out Big Bird Yellow. Oh God, I bet. I bet it was bright yellow. Well, pretty much probably like hubby's was that Big Bird Yellow. So first thing in the morning, I was to the local grocery store getting a little bit of a darker blonde hair color to cover that up, and I don't know where that class picture went to. But he stood out in the back line because he's 6'2", and, bright blonde hair. I have to dig out pictures. God, it was hilarious. Think back to the stupid things we did as kids. And then now I just wish I had hair. But at least the gene dies with me. It's done. Not at least on my end, it's done. Because my brother, one of my brothers has it. No, two of my brothers has it. That came from mom. Well, mom's gone. I got it. I have two boys. They got it. Their hair comes from your mother, so it dies with me. So yeah, used to love it when I would dye my. I just get it. It'd start to grow at about this much, and then I'd dye my hair blue black, and then I'd be sitting underneath the light, and so all the hairs close to my head just were bright blue. The people thought that was just so cool, and I didn't realize it because I didn't look in the mirror when I was working. I just looked in the mirror when you're home and the light's shining at you, so I didn't see it. Yeah. It, mm-mm. But oh, gotta wind down after this morning. gotta start making a list of what I wanna get before it gets too expensive, and especially if we end up with a strike here on the West Coast. Oh, yeah. My, birth mother was a beautician, so I'd get stuff from her. Um, though I let her dye the first time I really went to see her in her shop, she gave me a perm. Kept telling her, "My hair takes to a perm really well." And even with I think it was the orange rods. For the first week, I think I came out looking like Pauly Shore. Oh, the granddaughter's mom, she's blonde, dyes her hair black, dyes her eyebrows black. I don't know if she dyes her eyebrows, she just paints her eyebrows black. Oh, my youngest was a towhead, and now he's a dark chestnut. Well, when he's not razor shaving his head, he's a dark chestnut brown with blue eyes. So, yeah, so baby, mama, and my son, they all or basically start out blonde hair, blue eyes. So we'll see if the baby gets to keep her blonde hair or if it just goes dark with big old blue eyes. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. God, I wish I could remember what we had to use for my to tone down the red. It's been so long since I've dyed my hair. I gave up dyeing my hair. Hey, Sandy, how are you? I gave up dyeing my hair when I was in my 40s. It's like, going, this is a pain in the ass. So, yeah, yep. My wedding picture, my cousin gave me a perm about a week or so before the wedding. Mother seemed to think I needed it. So, yeah, I have curly hair. I naturally have curly hair to begin with, but it's not that flouncy curly hair or wave. No. Um, Humidity, the beach, it just goes. Think. I've got. I don't even think you can see it. They're just it's like the kinky curly with a little bit of hair I got left. I can sit there and do this and it'll stay. A little, yeah, it just stays in place. It's this kinky curly that I can just put it back in a twirl it in a circle, dang near make a knot out of my own hair and call it done. So that doesn't stay very long, but most people just cut their hair off, but mine stopped growing, so I can just shove it up in a hat and make it look like I have short hair if I'm too hot. Just glad I had a little bit. I have a little bit of hair left. Hubby's like, well, maybe if you do chemo and you lose your hair, it'll grow back. I said, I don't think so. No, it probably wouldn't grow back at all. Then I could just tell people I have alopecia. So, oh God, I have just enough curl. I say that, I say that's where my sub-Saharan African comes out at. In that little bit of curl that's not just enough to make it go poof. Oh, and then of course, as since all these little tiny, where are they at? I'm looking in here. Baby hairs, they just stick out like a Brillo pad. Yeah, yeah. A part of me is glad that I don't have a lot of hair, or I'd have it every color in the book. I mean, God, I can't believe how tired. Oh shit! Now I know I'm tired. Hey, Crafty, what was it I wanted to show you? Oh, I was gonna put it in a community post, and I never got that far with it. But I got the picture, and I'll show you. You were talking about um vines and lights. No, there it is. here is my, I'm going to turn this off so then I can show you. I still haven't cleaned my damn screen. But I've got the lights in the vines. And of course, now my hand made it too bright. And then Sky News, thank you. And then of course my lights are across my ceiling, and in the dining room I have the lights. And then that's a picture I took. But yeah, because the lights dim after a while. You see how it's taking pictures every 6 seconds. Your phone takes a picture of you. Yep. So you don't ever want to have it facing you when you're taking a shower. Yeah. So that way, just keep your same vines and just unwind the lights and just clip them back up around your doorway or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, those lights are so much easier on my eyes, especially when I have a migraine, because I can turn them down really low. And a plus sign, also, you don't have any shadows, so you don't, if you're trying to look for something in your living room or dining room, you don't have it hiding behind a shadow of, say, a table or whatever. It's just, there is no shadows. There's light from all sides. So I've tried those, like I've got in my kitchen underneath the little tiny strip lights. I've got those above my sink and underneath my cabinets, so I don't have to turn on the big light. I don't like the big light. It is like, ew. It's not warm white. It's that LED. Yeah. But they have a flicker rate that my eyes can pick up. So I don't like them, and I can't turn them on high because I can see the flicker. And so I use well, you can see them in here. They're little plastic. No, I can't. They're like little lights on like little sticks, and they work really good. Yeah, they don't. They give me a headache to no end. Yeah. And hubby's like, I can't see anything. I'm like, just hold on. I'll turn it on for a little while, find what you want, and then I'll turn them back off. Because I have one of those strip lights in the bedroom, the little tiny ones, and it's just, I have to have it on low. I can't have it on anything brighter because it sits there, does this, and I can see it, and it gives me a headache. God, this is making me sweat. I might actually have to. And I took my meds. My pulse is at 43. So that means every other heartbeat is irregular. I might have to cut this off right now, guys, because it's starting to hurt. I gotta go lay down. But I'll be back tomorrow. I was hoping I could make it through for another 15, but this hurts too much and I'm starting to sweat. So I gotta go lay down. Oh, yeah, I bet. So, all right, guys, I love you all. But I gotta lay down before I break out into a full-blown sweat. All my love, Miss Dragon. Now let's see how this end of stream thing is supposed to work. Yeah, I will, hon. I will. Yes. Thank you, Sandy. Let's see how this goes, because it's supposed to be automatic. Let's see. Stay in the studio and do the... Okay. Thank you for being part of Miss Dragon's menagerie. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All my love, Miss Dragon.